What's up guys, this is Brian Black, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the three most common mistakes that most guys make that ends up getting them no pussy. That way you guys can fix it and get the maximum amount of pussy possible. So what is number one? The first thing is eye contact. So just as I'm looking at you guys and I'm talking to you guys, this video is infinitely more engaging than if I was like, yo, what's up guys? This is Brian Black, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the three most common mistakes that most guys make when it comes to getting pussy. Like, you can just feel a difference. So most guys, when they're talking to girls, they don't hold steady eye contact. So if you're talking to a girl, you want to make sure that you're looking in her eyes. And I almost kind of exaggerate it. So I almost just look at the girl and kind of squint my eyes. And since I'm taller than most girls, I look down on them and I'm just staring straight in their eyes. And I would say that once you're able to do that, you're going to feel so much more connected to the girl. You're also going to be able to feel the emotions that she's feeling, and she's also going to be able to feel the emotions that you're feeling. So understand that if you're not holding eye contact, most of the time you're not communicating to the girl what you want to communicate. And most girls are just going to look at you as a bitch, because most likely the dudes that they fucked in the past have been able to look them in the eyes. And if you're not able to look them in the eyes, then they're going to be like, oh, well, I probably shouldn't fuck this guy. All right, so now that you have your eye contact handled and you understand why it's important, let's move on to the second one. All right, so number two is almost just as important as eye contact, and this is having good vocal tonality. So I was luckily blessed with probably the most boring monotone voice in the world. That way I don't necessarily end up in those trying for poor tonalities. So most of you guys, whenever I hear infield, or whenever like I see guys out in the field and I'm just overhearing their conversation, just the way they're saying words to girls, you can just tell that it's coming from a place where they view themselves as being beneath the girl. So you want to be able to speak to a girl in almost a very commanding tone or a very neutral tone. So understand that if you're talking to a girl like, hey, like, I saw you, you're super cute, I just wanted to meet you. The girl is going to appreciate the compliment. It's very, very safe, but your tonality communicates to her that you're a bitch, and girls don't want to fuck guys that they think are bitches. So you want to be able to talk to a girl either the same way you talk to your friends, which is like in a very, very neutral tonality, the same tonality that I'm speaking to you guys right now, or at certain points, you're going to be able to be commanding with the girl. Like, for example, if I'm leading a girl through a nightclub, or I'm leading a girl during the day, I'm like, yo, come on. I'm like, hey, take my hand, we're leaving. I'm like, come here. So you need to be able to talk to a girl in a commanding tone as well. Now, whenever I'm opening a girl, most of the time I open in a commanding tone. I'm like, yo, excuse me. That way it gets her attention immediately. So understand that if you don't have your vocal tonality on point, you might be saying the most magical things to the girls. You might be wooing her with Shakespeare-like sonnets, but you're saying it in a manner that doesn't communicate what you want to communicate. The good part about tonality is it is a very, very easy fix. So if you focus on it for a week, if you're just aware of it, you're like, okay, I'm going to talk to the girls in a neutral tonality, and whenever I want them to move with me, I'm going to be in a more commanding tonality. And you start working on it, by the end of the week, you'll have mastered this. And then you'll just get more and more reference experiences doing it, and then you'll just like never think about it again. And now the third thing is something that I say so much, but no one seems to get it through their fucking head, and that is leading. If you're not the guy leading the girl around, realize that the girl is never, ever, ever, ever gonna lead herself to the same outcome that you want. So for example, I hear of a lot of guys going on these dates, and they do these magnificent dates. They take girls to museums, they take them to fucking dinner, and they're like, oh, like, I hope the girl likes me. I'm waiting for signals that the girl likes me. I'm afraid to kiss the girl until she gives me a sign that she likes me. And you have to understand that you have to be the one leading everything. If you want to kiss a girl, you have to lead it towards the kiss. You have to be the one to go in for the kiss first. Like, no girl is ever going to come up to you, especially off cold approach, and just like try and make out with you. It okay, I lie. It's happened to me a couple times, but it's very, very rare. Most of the time, I'm the one just like being like, yo, like, and then boom, I just start making out with them. So realize that whatever outcome you want with the girl, you have to lead it. The same thing with planning a date. Like, you can't be like, oh, like, when are you free? Like, I'm like a tyrant when it comes to setting up dates. I'm like, hey, I have time to see you tomorrow. Let's do this tomorrow. And so she's like, oh, like, if I want to hang out with him, this is when I can hang out with him. And most girls, since like you're leading them, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, like, yeah, I can make it tomorrow. And so realize that you have to lead everything. If you meet a girl during the day and you want to go on an Insta date with her, well, you can't just be talking to her and then just hope that she's like, hey, do you want to grab coffee with me? Never gonna happen. You have to be the one to be like, hey, I was gonna get coffee, come with me. And then she's like, oh, okay. Like, so something I always tell my students is to look at it from the end backwards. Like, how do you want the interaction to look like at the end? Let's say like your goal is to have a wife or to get a girlfriend. Well, let's say that I wanted to get a girlfriend, right? Well, I would want the relationship to be where I'm making decisions that are good for both of us. So it's like, let's say I wanted to like go to the movies or I wanted to go eat somewhere. I would just be like, hey baby, I'm taking you to eat over here, or hey, we're gonna go here. So whenever I meet the girl, in order to get that end outcome, I already have to communicate like that's who I am. Like, there's not going to be a point where I'm not leading and then all of a sudden, like at the end, like she's like I start leading. Like, that's just going to not work. It's going to be incongruent. The girl is just going to be like, what the fuck, like this is weird. So understand that you have to be on top of your leading. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, make sure you watch my free video training, and if you need help with any aspect of game, make sure you schedule a free consultation call with me. I'll be talking to you personally, and if we're a good fit, I'll be able to help you out with whatever you need help with. So the links for both of those are in the description, and make sure you subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.